Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and doing well. Today we are going to do Chapter 5 Footprints Without Feet. Yes, this is not only the book name Footprints Without Feet, even the chapter name is Footprints Without Feet. This is from the book Footprints Without Feet, Chapter 5, penned down by H.G. Wells. So, this is a story about a scientist whose name is Griffin, and the most important thing, he became invisible. So before doing this, I want to ask you, science is the biggest invention and how we are using it depends on us. Whether we can use it in a proper way or whether we can worsen the things. So in this chapter, we would find out whether Griffin has used the best use of his scientific skills or he has just made it as the version. So let's understand the chapter.
Good morning, students. How are you all? So today we are going to do very interesting chapter. That is your chapter 5th from your book Footprints Without Feet. In fact, the chapter name is also Footprints Without Feet. So you can say that the book is named after this chapter. So this is very interesting chapter. Let us read about this chapter. But before reading, let's discuss about its author. So H.G. Wells, the English author, his full name was Herbert George Wells. He was also commonly referred to as the father of science fiction. He started all kind of science fiction. He was born on September 21, 1866. Wells developed an interest in reading right from his childhood. So was the inspiration to write fiction. Some of his early published stories include The Time Machine, which was published in 1895, The Wonderful Visit, the same year it was published, 1895, The Stolen Bacillus and Other Incidents, and his collection of essays and stories, Certain Personal Matters, was very famous, which was published in 1895. So, he died on August 13, 1946 in London. At the time of his death, Wells was remembered as an author, historian, and a champion of certain social and political ideals. So now let's move to this chapter, Footprints Without Feet. So this is only one excerpt from the novel An Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. So here this is the brief introduction of this story. What happens? Actually, in this story, there is a scientist whose name is Griffin. So he was a great scientist. He discovered a rare drug. This could make an unclothed person invisible. So what Griffin did with his invention? Griffin and his landlord did not like each other. So one day Griffin set his landlord's house on fire. Then he swallowed his rare drug. He took off all his clothes. He could see everyone, but none could see him. So he could not be caught. But he was without clothes and it was very cold. So he entered a store to pass the night there. He stole some food from the shop and ate it. When it was morning, he left the shop. Then he went to a village. There he stayed at an inn. Inn means hotel. He stole the landlord's money. A policeman was called. Griffin took off all the bandages from his face because he was covering his face just to make it visible. Otherwise, his face became invisible. He took off his glasses and his hat also. Now he looked handless, and headless, and every part was becoming more and more invisible. So, in this way, people were horrified. Griffin hit the policeman when he tried to catch him. So now he started taking off all his clothes. At last he got free from everyone and ran away. So we would read out what happens. Let's come to the first page. So this is the first page. Can a man become invisible? This is the story of a scientist who discovers how to make himself invisible. Does he use or misuse his discovery? So we would find out in this chapter. Before reading, Here are two questions. How did the invisible man first become visible? Why was he wandering the streets? So we would find out the answer of these questions when we are reading this chapter. The story starts with the two boys who were in the London street and they were surprised. Why they were surprised? Let's read out. The two boys stared in surprise at the fresh, muddy imprints of a pair of bare feet. Bare feet means without shoes. What was a bare-footed man doing on the steps of a house in the middle of London? And where was the man? As they gazed, means looking at, a remarkable sight met their eyes. A fresh footmarks appeared from nowhere. So the story starts with the same mystery, that there were some footprints on stairs and two boys were looking at them. They were fresh muddy footprints, but there was no one, and all of a sudden they just noticed that more and more fresh footprints were there on the footsteps and as well as down in the street. So further footprints followed one after another, descending the steps and progressing down the street. Now they could clearly watch that footprints were there. It was descending from steps and then progressing towards the street. So they were astonished. They were surprised that how it could be possible. There was no one they could see, but footprints were visible. The boys followed. So they started following the footprints. Fascinated. They were very fascinated, means they were very attracted towards that. Until the those muddy impressions became fainter. Means now obviously the muddy street was less visible now. Fainter means less visible. Fainter and at last disappeared altogether. And all of a sudden the footprints disappeared. This story is about the griffin, as I am telling you. So this is the starting. So let's move. What happens next? The explanation of the mystery was really simple enough. So what is the explanation of this mystery? This was really simply enough. The bewildered boys had been following a scientist who had just discovered how to make the human body transparent. So the author is telling you what was the mystery behind those footprints. Actually, those were the footprints of a scientist who had discovered a great invention by making his body transparent. So these were the footprints of that scientist, Griffin. His name was Griffin. The scientist had carried out experiment after experiment to prove that the human body could become invisible. So it means he was very brilliant, because he was having those experiments to make the human body invisible. Finally, he swallowed certain rare drugs and his body became as transparent as a sheet of glass. Although the power of the body and everything was same, but nobody could see. So this was really a very rare kind of invention and brilliant one. Though it also remained as solid as glass. So it was transparent, but it was solid also. Brilliant scientist though he was, as it says that he was a brilliant scientist, Griffin was rather a lawless person. But the problem was that he was lawless. Okay, so he was not following any rules and regulations. So he was a lawless person. So what happened now? Let's read out. Because he was a lawless person, he was not following any law and order. His landlord disliked him and tried to eject him. Okay, eject means expel him. Expel from his home. In revenge, Griffin set fire to the house. He just made the revenge by setting the fire to the house to get away without being seen. Now obviously it was against the laws, so he could be caught out by police and could be imprisoned. So what he did to escape from the punishment? To get away without being seen, he had to remove his clothes. So he started removing his clothes because he knew the formula of transpirating his body to become invisible. Thus it was that he became a homeless wanderer. So in this way, now he was practically homeless. He was just wandering, roaming here and there, without clothes, without money, and quite invisible. And nobody even could see him until he happened to step in some mud. And all of a sudden, because he was having solid body, so all of a sudden he just fell mud under his feet and left footprints as he walked. That's why this was the reason that footprints were there. He escaped. So it starts with he escaped easily enough from the boys who followed his footprints in London. So he could escape the boys because they could not see him, na? So he could easily escape. So he escaped the boys who were staring his footprints, but his adventures were by no means over. But it didn't mean that he just given up all kind of adventures now he could do as an invisible man. So just think about, if you became invisible, what would you like to do? So he was also lawless, and he was having all kind of power and authority now. He was invisible, so he was in a mood to have more adventure. He had chosen a bad time of the year to wander about London without clothes. But he was actually not having practical sense. It was winter in London and he was without clothes, so it was a bad timing to become invisible. It was midwinter, the air was bitterly cold, and he could not do without clothes. And he could not live without clothes. Instead of walking about the streets, he decided to slip into a big London store for warmth. So he decided that now he would make his body rest and would make himself warm. So he entered in a London big store. Closing time arrived because he was wandering in the street, so it was about to close the store. Closing time was there, so he entered there. Nobody could see him. And as soon as the doors were shut, Griffin was able to give himself the pleasure of clothing and feeding himself without regard to expense. Regard to expense means he was not having any money, so he could not pay for that what he was taking. So he was just enjoying himself in a lonely shopping mall. Okay, and he was taking all the things, clothes and food and everything. He broke open boxes and wrappers and fitted himself out with warm clothes. So he has chosen for himself the good clothes. Soon, with shoes, an overcoat and a wide brimmed hat, he became a fully dressed and visible person, as he could only be invisible without clothes. Now he was wearing the clothes, so he became like a visible person. In the kitchen of the restaurant, he found cold meat and coffee, and he followed up the meal with sweets and wine taken from the grocery store. Finally, he settled down to sleep on a pile of quilts. So there was everything for his need, and there was a heap of quilts where he could warm himself and rest and take a nap. If only Griffin had managed to wake up in good time, all might have been well. As I told you, he was in a shopping mall, so it was closing time. So if he could just get up early, he could avoid all the misfortune. But he could not manage to get up early. As it was, he did not wake up until the assistants were already arriving next morning. So the all attendants, all the assistants, they started arriving to the store, and he was still there wearing the clothes, so he was quite visible. When he saw a couple of them approaching, he panicked and began to run because he was sleeping peacefully, and few of the assistants were approaching towards him, so he became panicked. He was terrified and began to run. So he began to run. They naturally gave chase. In the end, he was able to escape only by quickly taking off his newly found clothes. So how he could avoid being caught? He started putting off all his clothes. So taking off his newly found clothes, so once more he found himself invisible but naked in the chill January air. Again he was naked without any clothing, and it was bitterly cold outside. This time he decided to try the stock of a theatrical company in the hope of finding not only clothes but also something that would hide the empty space above his shoulders. So because his neck was also invisible, his face was also invisible, so he wanted a kind of makeup kind of thing, or maybe like artificial something mask or something, so that he could completely cover not only his body but his face as well. So like goggles, wearing goggles on eyes, and then an artificial nose and everything. So he could get all these in a theatrical company, in a fancy dress shop. So he went there. Now what happened? Shivering with cold, he hurried to Drury Lane, the center of the theatre world. So there was a place which was known for the theatres. So he went there for having all kind of stuff he wanted. He soon found a suitable shop, and now he got one shop as well. He saw one shop. He made his way. He went in, invisible because nobody could see him. He was without clothes. Upstairs, and became out a little later, wearing bandages round his forehead, dark glasses, false nose, big bushy side whiskers, and a large hat. So as I have told you, that he was looking for something which could not only cover his body but as well as his face, because he was invisible practically. So he found everything. He covered himself with bandages and false whiskers and large hat, or false nose, okay, big bushy whiskers and all. He just made it look like a real face. Fine. So if you are puzzled in side whiskers here means beard. Okay. So he won all things. Shivering with cold, he hurried, and then he got all the things, and now he was quite visible. To escape without being seen, he colossally attacked the shopkeeper from behind, after which he robbed him of all the money he could find. So he was a lawless person. Again he did the lawless thing. Here colossally means without mercy. So just to let out himself unnoticed, he attacked the shopkeeper without any mercy, and even robbed him and taken all the money, and then he just went out from that shop. Now here are some questions. Why does Mrs. Hall find the scientist eccentric? What curious episode occur in the study? What other extraordinary things happen at the inn? So we would find out what happened next. So this was one episode. Eager to get away from the crowded London, he took a train to the village